Hello and welcome to Wellness Wednesday. I'm Kristen Raza and thank you for joining us today. I have been offering Wellness Wednesday videos, but not really consistently and not always on Wednesdays. But we're starting a new leaf for May, and in my Radiant Life Facebook group, we are focusing on emotional well-being for the month of May. You'll find other information on health and wellness there to help educate, inspire, and empower you. But I really felt that right now, the topic of emotional well-being, especially during uncertain times, is really an important one and a significant one. So what I want to aim to do here over this course of the month is provide you with some tools that you can use to support your emotional health. And I am bringing in the big guns, some of my favorite folks, to share some of their favorite tools. And today, my friend Beth Lees is joining us. Not only is she a master healer, meditator, tarot card reader, energy practitioner, she's a great friend and my partner in crime often.
And I love being your partner in crime.
Thank you. I love it too. Is there any, can you tell us, everybody who doesn't know you, but honestly, who doesn't know you, a little bit about your work?
Yes, so I offer transformative healing experiences for people, and I do that in a variety of ways, as you mentioned, through energy healing, tarot, creativity, and did I say meditation? I don't know, lots of ways.
Well, thanks for being on here today. And I just want to do a little side note. I'm having a bit of a flashback. Are you?
I am definitely having a flashback. How long ago was that?
That was, oh gosh, 2011. I think it was 2011.
Wow.
At first, yes, for those of you who don't know, I used to be the host of an international internet radio show on a network called FTNS. And it was all about health and fitness. And my show was called A Matter of Balance, a women's quest for health, harmony, and kick-ass heels. And that show was named in part with a brainstorming and incredible contribution from Beth. I think you came up with the Matter of Balance part of that.
I did.
100% you, that was all you. And I had guests from around the world, actually, in the field of wellness. And some of the guests were friends of mine that I dragged in. And you were my first guest.
It was so much fun. I got to put on my radio voice.
I know. You know what? I'm going to find a picture from that day and put it in the comments below on the Facebook group post.
Awesome.
I know this video is going to be available to go other places, but so you can see us back in the day. But I wanted to talk about meditation, and you are a master meditator. And can you just tell us a little bit about how you got started and your meditation practice and why?
Yes. So I've been meditating since I was 15, which was like almost 45 years ago, and a long time ago. And I got interested in meditation because I was really looking to escape some of my PTSD symptoms and just get out of the crazy home life that I was living. And what I found is that it really helped me heal a lot of the emotional abuse and emotional ramifications of the situation that I lived in. And it's been a lifesaver for me, honestly, on more than one occasion. And I find that it's the single most powerful tool that people can use in their life to transform things for them, either on a physical level, an emotional level, a psychological level, and a spiritual level.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And so it was a significant personal trauma that drew you to meditation. And right now we're in a collective global trauma situation.
Yeah.
And even prior to that really emerging, meditation was the thing that came up time and time and time again of what you can do for your health, both physically and emotionally. But yet a lot of people are like, oh, I can't meditate. I can't sit still. My mind is always monkey mind and it's racing. So what are some of the myths that are out there on meditation that you can just kind of like put the kibosh to for us?
I would love to put the kibosh on it. So one of them is that I just can't meditate. And I'm like, everybody can meditate. It's a question of finding the right way to meditate for you. So I think people have a misconception that meditation is about not thinking. And it's not about not thinking. It's about sitting and being present. And if you can sit, you can meditate. Well, you don't even have to sit. You can do a walking meditation. So really, everybody can meditate. Yeah, it's not about not thinking. It's just about being present with what is.
So when I sit, and you and I have had many conversations about meditation, and I always tell you, oh, I'm not good at it. Like, I feel like I'm an ineffective meditator. But you, over the years, have inspired me to make it part of my practice. So I meditate every day, and it's usually 10 minutes.
That's awesome.
So is that enough?
Yes. Meditation is a super powerful tool. It's all about consistency, and some meditation is always better than no meditation.
So the way I've made it part of my routine is when I go to sleep at night, I usually have some music or binaural beats playing on my iPad. So my iPad is on the floor in my bedroom, which I know devices in the bedroom, but I like having that music there. And then when I wake up, the first thing I do is put my earbuds on with the iPad and I put on a guided meditation. So I don't even do anything. I don't even get up and pee until after I've meditated, unless, well, some days.
Some days you gotta.
Nature calls earlier on some days. But so I'm still lying in bed. Is that a problem?
Oh, it's awesome. So I do meditation in the morning and in the evening myself. I do sitting in the morning and I do lying down at night. I find that the quality of the meditation is different. Okay. I don't know if the quality could be different because of the position that I'm in, or it could be just because my energy level is different, right?
Sure, sure.
But doing something is so much better than doing nothing. So whatever floats your proverbial boat. I'm a woman who doesn't have a lot of rules.
I know. Oh, that is great. So can you give the person who is listening to you and says, it's still not for me, I don't think I can do it, what are a few simple tips that someone can start as a beginner?
Yeah. So consistency is key. Finding a nice place for you to do it on a regular basis. So it does not have to be a separate room. It doesn't have to be anything fancy schmancy. It can just be a corner of your bedroom, or a little, like sitting in front of a bookshelf and setting up a little mini altar there, putting like a candle there, or your favorite cushion. Engage all your senses, allowing it to be something that smells good, something visually pleasing to you. It can be having oracle cards there for you to look at, or a picture of something that really brings you delight and joy, anything like that. Just have it be something that's comfortable, cozy, and engages all your senses.
I love that. I love the idea of engaging all of your senses. That's just like, makes me want to meditate.
You want it to be a place that you want to go to, that you're enjoying. There is a time and a place for not being comfortable meditating, but it's not when you're establishing a practice.
Okay, so consistency and making it appealing are
absolutely.
Now, can you say a little bit about a guided meditation, or also a silent meditation, or music with the meditation? A little bit about like which path do we start out with if we're just complete newbies?
I say you start where you're gonna start.
I always say that about exercise.
It's like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to sit in silence for a few minutes, see how that feels, check in with yourself? Are you somebody who does better when somebody's talking you through a scene or a situation and like you can follow along? There are lots of free apps that you can listen to, Insight Timer, Calm, there's a Headspace, there's a bunch. You can walk, you could do your exercise routine meditating, so you're not listening to music necessarily, but you're moving with an awareness. There's just so many ways of doing it. Just start someplace. 10 minutes, there's a Zen adage, you should meditate for 20 minutes every day, unless you're too busy, and then you should sit for an hour.
Heard that. I've heard that. And
go ahead.
I've often heard you say too, I think it might be from Deepak Chopra perhaps, like when you get up, what's your advice?
RPM, rise, pee, meditate.
Rise, pee, meditate, folks. That's all you need to do. And
but
sometimes
you got to find the right time that works best for you. Like for me, I like meditating first thing in the morning, but some people, maybe doesn't fit in best with their schedule. Maybe they've got kids they got to get going, or they've got to get off to work or whatever. So sometimes just finding a consistent time that you can do every day and setting a timer on your phone to remind you, oh, this is my meditation time, so that it's harder to wiggle out of it. It's like exercise, the hardest part about going out to exercise is putting your sneakers on, and the hardest part about meditating is sitting.
Yeah. That's 100% true. And I've said, being in fitness for so many years, people will ask me, what is the best type of exercise I should do? And I said, the one that you'll do.
Exactly.
Set yourself up for success. Put your sneakers by the door and be ready for it. I love that. I love that. So we're going to do a little meditating, right?
Yeah,
a little noon quickie.
Oh, I'm all about that.
I know, right? So I want to add in there that one of my tools that I've used for meditation is essential oils. And if you're listening to this in the Radiant Life group, you'll know that it's one of the tools that I talk about often. And the one I'm choosing for my meditation today and often is called Balance. And it is a grounding blend with doTERRA, so it's high quality. And I just actually put a drop on my hands, and I take a deep breath. And so it helps me, like, I love that you were talking about the 5 senses engaged. It helps me ground. It has many different wood oils in there. So it's a grounding scent. So I can just, especially, at the end of the day, if you're meditating, it kind of like takes me down a notch for the day. Or you can even put a little on your heart center, or I'll put a little in the diffuser. And the way that I set myself up for success with that is I keep this on my nightstand. So I see that, I'm like, it's a little cue or trigger, like, oh yeah, I need to ground. It's time for me to meditate, or it's time for me to get up and center myself to start my day. So with that, everybody want to take a deep breath and get comfy. I'm going to just scooch up. I always tell everybody I sit on the exercise ball. So if I roll off the ball in the middle of meditation, don't worry. I'll just be down there. It's not a far fall.
You are so adorable. Yeah, meditation is the ultimate mobile device, as Sharon Salzberg says. You can use it anywhere, anytime, and unobtrusively. How awesome is that? So just find a comfortable place to sit down and be, maybe gently closing your eyes and just observing your breath, without needing to change it in any way, just letting it be. And checking in, noticing how you're feeling. What comes up to the surface? It might be relaxed. It might be fearful. It might be agitated. It might be happy, just noticing what it is. There's no right or wrong way to feel. You're just acknowledging your emotions. Emotions are like energy. They're just like water flowing through you. They're not good or bad, they're just energy. So just observing them. Just letting them be like clouds on a sky. And if a thought comes in, like, oh, that's not good, or I got to do this, just letting it float by. Just a story. Just experiencing the energy, letting it move through you. Breathing and observing, feeling. Just having an awareness of what's happening right here, right now. Just enjoying the pleasant without holding on when it changes. It will. And being with the unpleasant without fearing it'll always be this way. It won't. Just breathing, feeling, observing. And then when you're ready, gently deepening your breath. When you're ready, opening your eyes. How you feeling?
I'm feeling awesome. And I would love to know from others who listen to this, either the recording or if you're listening live, to let us know how you're feeling and what kind of shift, if any, did you experience with that? Because that was how many minutes? Just a few.
Just a few.
And and I don't know, I'll speak for myself. I was able to kind of just shift the moment for me just by a few short minutes, which is amazing. And I just want to also reiterate something that you said in that meditation was, if you have that fear that it's always going to be this way, it's not. And because we're talking about emotional well-being during uncertain times, I think that's a really important reminder that we have to continue to give ourselves that it won't always be like this if things are particularly challenging for you now or any time in your life when you're feeling a challenge. And to flip the question, I've asked myself a lot lately, why is this happening to me? Or like, why is this happening to us right now? And to flip the question, and I invite you to ask, how is this happening for me?
That's a great flip the script question.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I know you mentioned a few resources. If you can just reiterate a couple of resources as well as where people can find you. And I know you offer a lot of opportunities to learn and to meditate.
Yes. So I love Sharon Salzberg. She's a great meditation teacher. She wrote Real Happiness, The Power of Meditation. Some apps for meditation are Insight Timer, Calm, and Headspace that I know of. I'm sure there's a gazillion out there.
Yes.
And people can find me at bethlees.com, BethLeas.com. And yeah, I'm out and about all over.
All over. And I should also add that I know we have a lot of health and wellness practitioners that listen to the material. And if you're a health and wellness practitioner, Beth is also a master networker, and she runs the Tribe TLC. So check out that opportunity. Where can people go to join the tribe?
TribeTLC.com.
There you go. Branding. Go figure. Well, thank you so much, my friend. I love you.
Thank you so much. I love you back.
And go meditate, everybody. 2 minutes, 2 minutes. You can do it. We can't wait to hear about your successes. Namaste.
Thank you.